that has a Raspberry Pi. It's kind of similar to this, but this time this is the board version. So of course, this is a plug and play. You can plug this to your TV, and you know you can just pretty much play almost any retro game you can imagine. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on this unit here. Of course, it doesn't have a name other than the name Gamebox, but of course I bought it from the seller off of AliExpress. Once again, I think about $200. That's actually 140 bucks plus the $80 in shipping, but that's fair for its price because of course this came with the big board that has two joysticks, and you know just you got a lot of you can see here that you can actually, you know, mess around here. Let me just turn this off because of course I don't want to miss the settings that's left on. So you got these two joy pads here, you know, of course, you know, you have one for yourself, one for your friend, and of course up here you can see the other functions of stored coin, home, select, and I don't know what that is, but it just says LS. So yes, the board itself is pretty much, you know, pretty heavy. I mean, not too heavy, but it's light heavy enough for you to carry around. Let me show you around the other side here. Let me just turn it here, show you guys the. Alright, so in the back here we have the power here, we got the AV unit, we got the HDMI unit here. It's pretty standard, you know, it's just pretty much it comes included with the pack as well, you know, the power cord, of course. It's length about 7 foot, and this HDMI here, they sent me like about a 10-foot HDMI, which is pretty gnarly for somebody who can send like a 10-foot HDMI. So you pretty much have like if you like, you know, live in a large space, but you know you want to have more room, or you want to just sit this around to your sofa or wherever. Yeah, it's able to reach, so you won't have no trouble. Just make sure you have a table and such, otherwise you probably will have trouble. So yeah, the board itself speaks for itself, of course. So let me just put this up here and show you guys how it does. So it's going to be very much like the other one I did, but this time, since I have this connected on my TV, comparing it with the HDMI splitter that I have, goes towards the game capture. You guys going to see this in game capture, which is pretty nice. Not, you know, this is for good use for pretty much want to do this any game stream. So I'm gonna just put this up here. It's gonna take a while. Let me just turn the camera here. It's gonna take 1 sec. Okay. All right. Let me see if we can find the settings here. Ah, here it is. All right. Now let's go to the game settings. Let me lower this down. All right. So this is the game here. The game menu is about to pop up. Let me just turn the camera off so I can show you guys this. So here's the game menu once you put this up. So once again, this is hooked up on my game capture device. So like I said, it's pretty neat to use if you want to do any game stream. But let's get on what games they have here. So you have the pretty much, it starts off with pretty much almost any retro game you can imagine. So you got the Super Nintendo, the Brazil, of course. You can also, they have imports. These are all pre-installed, by the way. So you got the Super Famicom, the NES, N64, Game Boy Advance Color, Virtual Boy, this system, Game & Watch, the Master System, which is Sega, Tectoy, Mega Drive, the Mega Drive original for Sega. We got the 32X for Genesis, Sega GT, Dreamcast, and I'll just show you here, so I don't want to say, so you want to see it, of course. Like I said, these are all pre-installed, meaning, of course, you know, this is pretty much what came in the box. You can add more ROM files into this if you wish to. I have not tried this myself, but from what I've heard, you can, and you'll be able to. It doesn't seem so hard. You can actually look this up on various videos on how. Of course, it's the Recalbox version OS. You want to make sure to look that up. So of course, these are pretty much all the, you know, A to Z from each game developer or studio that was released under. So you got pretty much some big names here like Capcom, Konami, Midway, and my favorite of Neo Geo. So there's that. Also, another point here, of course, you know, when you start the system, it also has a main menu, so you can set up many things here. You know, you want to set up the settings, and of course it tells you what version it has, how much disk memory you have, language, if you know, you were like Spanish, English, whatnot. Says it went out bait, dude. Oops, I done that accidentally. Excuse me for that. Well, anyways, let's let this refresh, because of course, yeah, when you're messing up with the settings, just make sure to really yeah. There goes. The game box, that's what they call it, then the Recalbox. Okay, so that shows you a little bit boot up here. Man. Alright, so let this boot up here. Alright, so let's get back to the game without messing anything up. So you got the game settings, control settings, the UI settings, sound settings, network settings. You can connect this on the online to do any updates or sorts. Not sure really much. Advanced settings, you know, just tells you the overclock for this is at the very high, so pretty much it's automatic set, so you don't have to mess around anything. And of course, oh, and let me show you about the settings here for the controller. So you can pair this to any Bluetooth controller. Now let me show you a demonstration here for connection for a Bluetooth controller. See if we can actually get back to the webcam. Okay, there it goes. Alright, so let me just put this up here. Alright, so here I got this PS4 controller, which of course you know, you can buy these, any used ones. So the way to really confer to really hook this up is once you pair it, and on the PS4 make sure to press the main and share, and you should be able to see that blinking here in a sec. It's kind of hard for me to do this in one hand to show you a little demonstration on how to pair it, but yeah, share and this little main button here. Now I may have to do this like twice. Like I say, it's kind of not that difficult really. It's not that difficult to pair, but of course, like I say, in this video I'm using my one hand. That's how difficult it is to do these kind of reviews here for me. So see if we can do this again. Alright, a little epic fail here. Let's try this again, but this time share and button. Alright, now it's blinking, so I'm gonna pair the Bluetooth. Should work. You see, now it blinks. So let me just wait for it, and you should be able to see wireless controller on the screen here. Just give it a sec. There it is. Wireless controller. Just gonna click on that, and it should be able to pair it. Control paired. And there you have it. So the controller is paired. You know, I can just now move this. So yeah, if you want to configure the controller, you can. Just make sure when you configure the controller, just hold this, and of course the function tells you on the screen. So up, down, left, right, joystick 1, which is your first one on your left, up, left, and joystick is pretty much your right stick. Up, left, A, B. What tells you on the screen as well, you can just customize whatever you want to. So I'm just gonna put this into default here. A, B, X, Y, and then of course start would be option, share would be select, And of course, page 1 is L and R. So let me just put L, R, and left 2. Oh crap! Now I'm just put too fast. Alright, but even of course, if we kind of messed up, you can actually reconfigure this. Ah boy. Alright, hold on just a sec, guys. Of course, it's kind of hard when, like I said, when you do the review. So let me just do this one more again. So let's do this again, but this time I'm just gonna do up, down, left, right, up, left, A, B, X, Y, start, select, L, R, L2, why did it skip R2? I don't know. I guess it's just both the same team, L3 and then L3 and then hotkey. So you should be able to get that. So yeah, it can input wireless controller for a PS4. Of course, if you have anything laying, it may connect. It also works for the 8-bit, which I also have here. So this one also connects to the back. You know, connects various controllers. Like, you know, if you have a, let's say a Wii controller, you can actually use this, or Wii U Pro. I'm sorry. So you can connect this with this, and you know, you can use this and it will act like a 360 controller. I've tried it many times. It works perfectly fine. You can get these off on any site for about less than like 20 bucks, or maybe cheaper if you can find the list in this. So pretty neat. Also, another thing is this also connects with the Xbox 360 wired controller, which I have here. So let me just show you a little demonstration on how it hooks. There are USB ports back here. I didn't really mention that. So you got the HDMI, the power, and of course the HDMI here. So let me just put this in the back. It's easy to hook. Alright, so you got the 360 controller here. It's all powered. And the same thing, pretty much you can see on the screen. Everything's all preamp, pre-render, so you know you don't have to do nothing as much. Another thing here is sometimes if you want to connect, if you don't want to use the joypads or anything, make sure on the inputs, make sure to change that. Let me just give you a little demonstration here and lower this and screen. So for input fault and all the inputs, they're set as default. But if you just want to, you know, get into games and you just use the gamepad rather instead, just make sure to change the default into whatever controllers you have. So Dragon Stick is the sticks here, the joysticks, and of course wireless controller is the wireless controller. But of course this one is the 360. I don't know why it's not showing here, which is kind of interesting, but it should be setting it as default. Alright, so it should be all said and done. So once again, let's close this. So I'm going to use the joysticks and show you guys demonstration on the games and how it runs. So I got my favorite list here set up here to show you guys a little demonstration. Now, how the games run is something of an interesting. Some games will run normally well, some games not so much because of some slow round downs renders, and some just don't really open because, well, that's how it came with. So let me show you guys a game, just something simple. Let's start with Marvel vs. Capcom, which is the original Marvel vs. Capcom. There's Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in this here as well, but it's under Dreamcast. So I'll boot this up here. You can see it on the screen. Actually, I'm just gonna pretty much. Of course, it would open up, you know, like a game would be. You can hear the game sounds. Pretty neat. I love it. The attraction so good.
Capcom presents Marvel vs. Capcom.
Alright, so of course, you know, it's a censored coins, so there is a coin little button which you can just. So 2. You can see the delays on the stick. Pretty good. And let me just go.
Wolverine. Roll.
Of course, that's the first player. How about the second player? So, second player here, tosses the extra coins here. And then, of course, second player can join in. But let me just...
Ready. Fight.
Compete. AD right hip. Of course, I'm using one hand. Just show you guys there. Ouch. Alright, let's go skin it with the spin controller here. Configured wireless. Where's my other... Alright, so...
Here comes a new challenge.
Alright, that's the controller I was looking for.
Select your hero.
So...
Hulk. Shield.
Here is the wireless controller. Of course, you can switch this out. Second controller, and here's the first. You can compare these two. So here's the first, and here's the second. You can use the D-pad as well for movement. So you know if you want a D-pad person, this is actually pretty good for arcade stuff. So it really works. The D-pad. Alright. Standard attack. Pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my. Alright, so. Let me see if we can back up here. Okay, there goes. Usually the backup is started coin to for the first controller. I don't know why it's not do that. Alright, so. Excuse me. Let's try another game here. What about, let's see, Nick, how about like well, let's go for SNES like controller. So let's try F-Zero. So when it pops up and boots, it should show you very quick. Oh wait, this is not F-Zero, this is Super Mario World. Excuse me. Alright, so let's see if we can put it back. Or maybe just the first controller. There it is. So yeah, I guess gamepad. Usually it works if you want to switch to the gamepad for SNES, it works. But of course, for this, I think you just better using off the game controller. So let's just skip this. Right, the good old classic SNES of Super Mario World. Alright, so let's just have this game begin. Alright. Alright, so let me just slay this out. I think it's better if I can do this. Alright, so D-pad or left sticks works. A, X, Y, minus 3, you know, just pretty much just. Of course, like I said, I'm using one hand like that. Yeah. So, and of course, back up. There's options in this button, but of course, depending on whatever you use, you gotta figure that out yourself. So, let's try. Let's see what else we can try. Yes, the N64. Let's try the N64. Oops. There it goes. Let's try Mario Kart 64 and show you guys. I think it works better in the gamepad as well. It doesn't work well on the stick. Letting you guys know. Some games work with the stick. Some games have doesn't. But I will recommend using the gamepad for this because
Welcome to Mario Kart.
it's better. So let's just start this.
Mario Grand Prix. Select your player. Select match.
here. Yeah, N64 emulator, this emulator works pretty good. I don't have nothing to say. Or kind of hard too. So there's that. Just back out here. Alright, so these are the games that runs fine. Now, what games don't run fine? There's various. Like some midway titles which I found. Like, let's say you want to put up Mortal Kombat or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Let's see if you can find it here. Well, Mortal Kombat runs fine. Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, they kind of weren't, so here it is. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Now, you're going to see on the screen here that even though when it pops, when the game boots up, runs normal, but once you get a little bit into it, you'll see the slowdown here. Now that audio is pretty much being fixed, because of course I kind of messed around the game settings there just for a bit. As you can see, that's very slow down, so that kind of tells you that the game's not glued. Restart. Oh, now the game audio is kind of fiddling here. Now let's let me show you a little gameplay when I'm showing how very slow and kind of so yeah, this game kind of doesn't run so well. I'm just showing you guys a little bit of demonstration. So you can see it's kind of slow down even though it's kind of detects the gamepad, it just doesn't really as much run super well, especially at the very high overclocking at the high settings. You can hear that very distortion of sound. But once again, it's tipping me. Alright, so enough of this because that's starting to hurt my ear. Alright, so yeah, there's that, and there's various games here that doesn't run so well. But anything like any of the retro games, they should run fine. And some SNES games also runs fine. I mean, I got no problem. Let me show you guys one last thing before I go to. So I told you guys about the Dreamcast. So there's only one Dreamcast game here. You can add more to it, but like I say, you got to do that yourself. So the Dreamcast is a little bit different. Alright, so it just boots up normally. You're gonna hear a lot of sound distortions. So what's inside the Sega game, really? What sets apart everything? So in this Sega Dreamcast game, pretty much you see here are the fighter games. Now, some of these fighter games, they already are on the system, except Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So that's the only game that's kind of that's not in the game anywhere you can find. You can only find it on here. So if I'm gonna boot up Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I can just easily do that twice. You have to do it twice, and of course this is kind of like loads up from Dreamcast. Now, mind you, the sound isn't that bad, to be honest. I just kind of messed up on the audio when I was doing this setup here. It sounds pretty nice. So, of course, we got the intro classic track sound, just like the arcades. Just put this up here. how it runs. Now this game kind of does run well, but there are also some graphical glitches in here as well. Let me show you a little example. It's no random. Mind you, this is the Dreamcast version, not the arcade version. Even though it's come close to the arcade version, but it plays. So you can see the game kind of doesn't run as much. Oh, it runs smooth. It just, like I say, it doesn't run super fast or anything. So if you expect like super fast game, and of course, like I say, sound distortion. You're gonna see here very slow when you try to do any alts. But overall, runs just runs just fine. If you don't mind about, you know, these little sound distortions or the sometimes audio or not audio, but the graphic glitches, you can see there's like lines, kind of clearly see it. So that's another thing, you know. And so we can actually pull this up. You know, it's not that tough to do, especially when you do this. There he goes. So yeah, that's a little thing right here for the special. So that's it, and of course it goes back, and then just pressing that main menu once, and it should be back to normal main menu. Alright, well, I think that's all I can cover here. If I missed anything, well, you might want to check out, like, say, the previews of the Bar Top Arcade. I gotta say, this is the board version, you know, plug and play. You can plug this to your TV. Works as it would, and with 10,000 games, like I say, I can't show you the full list here because, of course, it's just so much to really go through. It's gonna take like an hour to cover the entirety of the list. But if you can think of some retro games in the past, they will be here. Some will be here. Names classic from the 70s, or is it 80s? No, it's 80s era, all the way towards, well, 2000s. They will be here, but there's some that kind of miss, and if they don't have it, you can actually just, you know, manually install it yourself and just have that as a go. And another thing I forgot to mention here, you can see there I got favorite list here. Pretty easy. If you found a game that you like, but you don't want to like scroll and just find that out, or just want to, you know, go back to that, you can easily just favorite it. So if I want to favorite it, then of course you can just favorite it, and it should be popping up onto your favorites list, just like that. So you can see I got the X-Men for the SNES, and it's there. And if you don't want that, you can just unfavorite it anytime you like. So, you know, you just don't want that come back from that, or just pretty much overall just whatever you desire to have. So there's that. So yeah, you pretty much have almost every single game era from pretty much almost all the SNES library and various libraries and all. So I'm going to actually pick a Live Wire Guns favorite because that's actually a pretty good one. So there you have it. And if there's anything else, like I say, there's one last thing I forgot to mention: the screen size. Now you saw some of the screen size that can go full screen and all that. You can't change that. In the game settings, I tried to see if I can change that. If there's any way to really go lower from like 4:3 or, you know, that screen resolution, you just can't change it because some of the games are pretty much set at the pretty much fit to screen. Some are just pretty much you know, CRT square, where, you know, it's pretty much how it plays and used to be like the arcade games. So yeah, some are full screen. I've tried to see if I can actually like, you know, set it on a different settings just to make sure that I can actually set this game for the game ratio. Now the game ratio you can, it just goes to audio, custom, square pixel. You can actually set this in many things like 3x4s, 4x3. See, you can change many of the game ratio, but I just leave it at auto just to have it. But of course, if you're a neck or that kind of person to set the game ratios, you can. There isn't settings for it. Just be aware, some may function, some may not, and some may come out a little ugly. But if you can try to set the game settings, you can just tinker with it and see how that goes. Anyways, yeah, that's just it for this video. I just want to say thank everybody for watching. If I missed anything or did not cover anything in this video, just make sure to leave in the comments and I'll try to reply. But my recommendation, if you're a person who really wants to actually have something, you can actually give this to any of your your little youngians, and maybe a friend you can actually, because like I say, these two come with. But I bought this once again on the AliExpress site. Like I said, the price for it is about $140. Last time I saw it, and then $80 more on shipping. You can also use the coupon on that seller's, because I think he always has the coupon. It's always on sale, so you can pick this up. He is a reliable source since I bought it from the last time for the bar top. This time, yeah, he delivers once again. Would trust. And yeah, I would recommend it to everybody. And of course, like I said, a good bonus, like I say, you can hook up a PS4 controller or any Bluetooth controller. Of course, once again, you can actually hook these up on these 8-bito, and you won't have no problems whatsoever on really hooking up more. Oh, one last thing is the USB ports. There are 4, but 2 of them work properly. I don't know why there are 2 others just doesn't work in general. I just don't know. The same thing that happened on the bar top arcade. Just pretty much 2 works, 2 doesn't. Be aware if you're gonna be hooking up any wired controllers from this, and you were hoping 4, 2 only works, and that's about it. But of course, I would prefer just get one of these Bluetooth controllers, like the PS4 controller, and then there you have it. You can set it. Now PS3 may work, but like it said, only various Bluetooth controllers. Just be aware on that. So make sure you make a call on that. So anyways, folks, yeah, that's it for this video. Just want to thank everybody for watching. If you enjoy this, well, just give it a like or something. I don't really mind or care for likes or anything on this channel. I just pretty much just giving guys the 411, and just show you guys my take on this. And like I said, pretty good. I really recommend anybody who just pretty much an old schooler and just want to have something cool to plug and play. Just that's all it is, and functions plug and play. You can have a friend or somebody joined you, and of course you wanted to like 4-player action. Like I said, just get one of these Bluetooth controllers, like a PS4 or a wired controller, just like a Xbox 360 controller, and have more players, depending on whatever game you're playing, and of course hooked up to either. But of course, that's only my opinion. So yeah, pretty decent. Really liked it and really enjoyed it. I will have this sitting in my desk here. I'm gonna be enjoying some gameplay, and good for game streaming. If you have a game device, camera and all that, you can do this for game streaming. Perfect for it, and just overall, just a good emulator. So anyways, thank you for watching. See you guys next time on the next video. So until then, peace on out, and see you guys on the next one. So good day to everybody, and see you guys next. If you enjoyed it, once again, just like I said, leave a like or something. If I missed anything, leave something in the comments, and I'll sure to respond if I can. But once again, the link for this is in the description below, so make sure to really, if you want to pick one of these, go for it. If not, then pretty much pass by and just enjoy the video. So thank you for watching.